What's going on, people? What's going on? This is another one. You can't handle the truth. We just finished watching the awesome fight with.
We're starting off with Donald Cerrone against Dennis Siver.
Donald Cerrone, he's an awesome fighter, but the only problem he got, he was born in the wrong time. He was born when there's a guy out there that's named, what's his name again?
Ben Henderson.
Ben Henderson is an awesome fighter. He's, to me, and to a lot of people that really know about MMA, he's pound for pound in the world right now. I know a lot of people's like, what are you talking about? He's not even champion. Relax, he will be one day. And when he does become champion, you will see that. Right here on this show, we don't lie. Why? Because it's the truth. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole point of the show. You can't handle the truth, then don't handle it. You understand what I'm saying? And Dana White the other day was going bananas, talking about some crazy stuff that came out his mouth. I don't know. He was kind of stressed out about the whole Diaz thing. But he was talking about that. Who he said was pound for pound?
Frankie Edgar, man.
Frankie Edgar? Are you serious? I mean, he said he's not really pound for pound. He's second. Listen, man. You really got issues or problems, or you don't know jack about MMA if you think Frankie Edgar is pound for pound. Do your homework. The facts are there, my man. Then, not. Oh, hold on. Don't get me twisted. It's Ben, not Dan. Ben Henderson. He is pound for pound. He will take that belt, rip it from him if he still has it, and he's gonna be champion for a long time. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about this awesome fight that happened tonight with Diaz.
All right,
it was beautiful. I gotta take a drink for that.
All right, before we talk about that, let's talk about this matchup: Dennis Siver and Cerrone. Dennis Siver, 5'7", short hands, and, known for one of the deadliest spinning back kicks in the UFC division. But we got a guy, 6 foot. He has a definitive reach advantage, and he picked him apart in the fight in Donald Cerrone, the Cowboy, coming from WEC. A lot of talent coming from WEC.
That's true.
And the fight, it really started off. Donald Cerrone was really controlling the fight. He caught him with a head kick, and really buckled him.
Awesome head.
Right off the gate. Dennis Siver didn't really get started. He didn't really get into his mood. His style didn't really play out in the fight, but he buckled a couple times, and Donald Cerrone took advantage. He took the back rear naked choke submission of the night. Awesome fight.
Awesome fight. If I had the Cowboy in front of me right now, I'll tell him, listen, go home, eat a sandwich, enjoy your meals, and go back to. I don't know. He never been 170, right?
Nah.
Go to 170, man. Go 170. You got a better chance at 170 that you have at 155 with a guy like Ben Henderson running around.
Yeah, Ben Henderson already has 2 wins over Donald Cerrone.
It's like go to 170. Why are you still doing 155 with the best guy on the planet? You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. 155 is the most talented weight class. If you really know about MMA, there's no doubt that 155 is the best weight class out there. You understand? And it's crazy because the guy that's the pound for pound is not even champion yet. But relax, be patient. He will be one day. Let's talk about this Diaz fight in Penn. What do you think about the whole? I got Jacob on the phone. Jacob, what do you think about that?
All right. Well, it was a good matchup. BJ Penn, hungry. He really wanted a title shot. Face GSP. He's 5'9", he has a pretty good reach. Had trouble at 170 in the past with his cardio. And then we talk about Nick Diaz, one of the best in the division. 170, his cardio is amazing. He runs triathlons, and he draws people out. He could win standing up. He could win on the ground. He's just an awesome fighter, and
he's an awesome fighter right now. He's one of the best right now.
And me and Mingo, we both had picked Nick Diaz to win the fight. I didn't say I thought it was going to decision as it went. It did go to decision because I just didn't see BJ Penn getting dropped or submitted. He's an awesome fighter.
He got too much heart. That guy.
You
gotta hit him with a bat to this guy. He proved it tonight. That he's all heart. You understand what I'm saying? The guy's an awesome fighter. But people, let's not fall for the hype. You understand what I'm saying? You got. I keep saying this, and I can't stress this enough. You understand? You gotta remember, this is a brand new sport. I'm not saying don't root for these guys, but always have in mind that it's a brand new sport, and a lot of these guys are gonna be exposed. A lot of guys like Silva. Silva is a lot of hype, people. He's a lot of hype. You gotta look at now how many fights these guys won. No, you gotta look at who they beat. You understand what I'm saying? It's not, you could be 200 bums. That don't mean nothing. You gotta see, who have they beat? You understand? And how they beat them. Like today with Diaz, he beat Penn, and he destroyed Penn. He was playing with Penn. If you ask me, he could have finished Penn, but he didn't really want to. He wanted to give something for the fans. He's an awesome dude. He gets a lot of ¿cómo se llama? There's a lot of garbage that is being talked about Diaz, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He gave to the fans tonight. He could have stopped it. What do you think?
I think
Jacob on the phone.
I think him and his brother are awesome fighters. Nick Diaz, in that fight, it was an even first round, but then Diaz took over with his boxing, superior reach. Conditioning was amazing. Diaz is just an awesome fighter. Got a lot of people under his belt. He could knock people out. I wasn't sure if he could have stopped BJ or not.
No, not BJ.
He's
an awesome boxer. People may look at his boxing and they may not see it, but it's there. You understand what I'm saying? He's really got his whole game plan figured out. Is he elite? I don't know yet. You understand what I'm saying?
I think
if he does that to Pierre, I would consider him an elite. You understand what I'm saying? Because Pierre to me is all loophole. He's one of those loophole fighters that we call. You understand? One of those fighters that, you understand what I'm saying, likes to hold a lot, likes to, act like he's doing something when he ain't really doing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? The real fight fans know what we're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Fighters like, what's this guy's name? The so-called champion Cruz.
Dominique Cruz.
Cruz, man, it was disgusting what he did. It was disgusting what he did with the Mighty Mouse fight. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. When you got loopholes, that's something that's really wrong with the UFC. There needs to be a stalling call, and they really need to get real serious with this stalling, because a lot of people don't know this, but there's stalling in wrestling. You understand? You cannot hold in wrestling. People be like, oh, how can I not hold it? They're wrestling. No, there's a difference between wrestling and holding somebody down. There's a difference between holding somebody down for a minute, throwing a punch, and holding him for 2 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you can't handle the guy. He couldn't handle Mighty Mouse speed that day. He knew it. So he held him for 5 rounds. It was disgusting. That ref should have been fired. But I'm getting a little excited here. Let's talk about Diaz.
Now, let's talk about 137. Diaz was trying to make it a better pay-per-view. He wanted 5 rounds. I wanted to see 5 rounds.
Oh man, that would have been.
But I don't want to get into that. I want to talk about how BJ Penn is just in after the fight. He said it's his last fight in ever.
He retired
in
him,
MMA.
yeah.
We didn't know going into this,
No.
I think he shouldn't retire. It's one loss, but
I think with this guy, I think he should move down back to 155, and he should take. But the thing is that he knows that Ben, he's a real fight.
Yeah, Ben Henderson.
He's a real fight fan. He knows that Ben is there. I mean, maybe he should retire. Because remember what we was talking about the other day, Jacob on the phone. You know what I'm saying? That's an inside joke that we got. But like we were talking about the other day, you got these awesome, legend fighters that want to keep fighting, and they just take their legacy and they just throw it out in garbage. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that.
It's time.
Or maybe he should come back and have an easy fight and bang, leave in glory.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Let's talk about GSP. When Nick Diaz won, he said a comment.
Wow, it was like some Chael Sonnen thing
that we said.
We were saying it all on people, on everything I love, is just on our
GSP,
we were saying it. GSP is scared. He's not
wasn't
really
injured.
hurt.
He was scared. That's what he was.
He was scared. It was so obvious. If you don't believe us, look him up in the internet and look at GSP explaining why he didn't want to fight. There's an interview that there's like a gym behind them. It looked like somebody just ran into him, popped the interview real quick, and the guy is lying. The guy is like trying to explain how he's hurt, and he can't even remember how he got hurt. He starts doing a lot of this It was awkward, and it was just lies and lies. It's like, if you a champion and you don't want to give up your belt, come on, man, you got a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Stop being I can't really say the word, but you know what I'm saying, and just fight. This is a fighting sport. These fighters need to start fighting. You understand what I'm saying? The Rampage fight with Bones, disgusting. That was disgusting. Rampage, I said it before. Go back to Hollywood.
Let's not get into that. Right,
I'm getting excited.
Just end this show. We like to talk about who we want to see fight. You know,
exactly.
In the welterweight division, who would you like to see fight GSP?
GSP right now, you understand what I'm saying? He should go straight. Diaz should go straight to it. Forget about Carlos. Carlos, you still need more work. And Carlos, really, you understand, the guy's all hard. The guy got dynamite behind his what is it, right hand and left?
Yeah, he
got dynamite on both hands. But the guy needs work. When you get when you get some competition with a 20-year-old, you got a problem.
Who would you like to see in the lightweight division fight for the championship? Frankie.
Frankie, it should be Ben Henderson. But if I had any control, it'd be Ben. But that's not gonna happen. And they're gonna throw some crazy ass, stupid, disgusting. Go home, look at yourself, and throw a fight with Guida, of course.
Oh yeah, Guida. This is what I want to see.
Disgusting. The Guida and Pettis fight that he held them. I didn't watch the fight, but I heard about it. I didn't even want to watch it after I heard about it. I think you watched it, and Jacob on the phone.
Yeah.
What happened in that fight?
It's just a lot of holding.
Brock Lesnar, what we like to call it.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar in that fight.
These are the picks I have. I'd like to see Nick Diaz fight GSP for the championship. I believe that Carlos Condit lost his shot by not fighting in that card.
Exactly. He was gonna fight Kaz and freaking Josh.
Yeah.
Are you serious? He should have just jumped on there and whooped him real quick and just scream, "I want you, St. Pierre."
I think Carlos Condit should fight John Fitch next for a title shot. And for the lightweight division, it's looking like Clay Guida versus Ben Henderson.
It's disgusting. I mean, that's how it's looking, but it shouldn't be.
But what I like to see is Gray Maynard versus Donald Cerrone. He really impressed me today in this fight, and I really like to see that for a title shot opportunity. It's
crazy because a lot of these awesome fighters, elite fighters, are coming from the WEC.
And
I mean, the greatest pound for pound in my eyes came from WEC.
I really want to see Pettis, Anthony Pettis. I really want to see him step it up. I don't think he deserves a title shot, even though he left WEC the champion. I think he needs to get more names under his belt.
You see, and Pettis is like, you understand, he's a good fighter. He's a strong fighter, but he's not elite because he has a weakness.
He needs wrestling defense.
He's like a Silva. He's an average fighter because to be an elite fighter, people, this is what me and Jacob want to get out there. You have to have all the tools. You can't just have one or two. You got to have all the tools. People, really listen to what I'm saying right now. Focus. Silva is not pound for pound best fighter in the world. Even Silva will tell you that. But of course, they're trying to sell. You understand? They're trying to sell fights. They're trying to sell whatever they're trying to sell. And they will tell you that. But don't fall for the hype, like we like to say. Don't believe the hype, like that old song. And, and really look at these fighters. There's only a handful of them out there. So you really need to do your homework. But I don't know. I think we're done. You'd like to say anything else, Jacob?
All I want to say is next isn't going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be on Fox Live. Cain Velasquez defends his title against Dos Santos. We're gonna do a show.
Awesome one.
We're gonna do a show before that fight. You know, talking about the fighters, talking about who they beat, maybe predictions, our picks on the fight.
Yes.
And you know, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle it, and if you can't handle it, then just don't handle it. Go watch some, I don't know, some Family Guy or something. But you know, yeah, that's gonna be all. It's gonna be on Fox. You know, this UFC thing is blowing up. It's going,
you know, live.
bananas.
I really like that. Right. This has been You Can't Handle the Truth.
You can't handle the truth, baby.
And that's all we talk about is the truth.
And remember, it's not what MMA could do for you. It's what you could do for MMA. God bless.